Good evening everyone and welcome to Live the Bird TV. So, incoming news. Sort of spotted on quite a few pages lately and all of a sudden today with the news that it looks like Jesse Lingard is going to head to Nottingham Forest, switch their attention to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now, it's been a very frustrating couple of years for the Ox. I kind of feel really sorry for him in terms of the fact that he's a fabulous player, and I can remember leading up to his injury he got in the Champions League. He was absolutely unbelievable. He was really flying up and down the wings centrally, scored a great goal against Manchester City. But it looks like now that his time at Anfield is more or less over. It really does. And with regards to accepting a bid for him, I think it's very close. Now, just coming out now is that West Ham, after, like I just said, just because of Nottingham Forest now offering £180,000 a week for Jesse Lingard, which is unbelievable. Forest are really making a statement. It's going to be interesting to see how they do this season. With that now happening, they need an extra midfielder, but it's a bit of a weird one really, because had he not, in the image you can see to the that I've broadcasted on this live, you can see he got injured again in pre-season and he looks incredibly, frustrated. So it's probably the worst timing for him to get an injury, because that now has knocked £5-10 million off our asking price. That injury really has, because if he'd have been fit now and playing pre-season and playing in each game, I think we could have asked for 20 million for Oxlade-Chamberlain, or even 18 million, 17 million. Now he's had that injury, I actually think that the best we could probably get for him is 10 million, and then on appearances probably 12 or 15. So it is what it is, and I just think to myself, we should cash in on him now. He's not going to be good enough for us this season because he can't stay fit. Maybe a change of circumstances, a change of area. He could go down to London, probably get a different doctor, a different physio. I don't know. Sometimes it can work, or maybe be treated like a bit like Adam Lallana has at Brighton, where Graham Potter has been absolutely fantastic in the way that he's been with Lallana. I've seen what Potter's done. He's played him, and then he's given him 20 minutes off the bench in the second game. Then he's played him. Then he's given him a game off, and that's how Graham Potter's managed Adam Lallana. So maybe this is what Oxlade-Chamberlain needs at West Ham. He probably needs David Moyes to do a similar sort of thing with him, where he plays one game, comes on for 20 minutes in the next. But if you're West Ham and you're going from Jesse Lingard to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, you're kind of sounding desperate in terms of the fact that I don't think the West Ham fans would be happy with it. So it has to be the right deal. Now, according to this source here that I'm reading here, it says West Ham have made a soft inquiry for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as he enters the final year of his deal. So Liverpool's incoming transfer business looks to have ended for the summer, but that doesn't mean offers will not be listened to for players like Oxlade-Chamberlain. As reported by West Ham, been reliably informed, we've made a soft inquiry for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as Jesse Lingard's alternative for 10 million-ish. So West Ham have offered £10 million for him, so he's got a year left. Take it. I mean, take it now and drive him to London, in my opinion, because that again is another massive chunk of money that can be put towards Jude Bellingham in the summer. We have made moves to try and bring Jude Bellingham in, but I did say it in my earlier videos, for those that have watched it, Dortmund do not sell two big players in the same window. They never have, and they never will. It's an agreement they have with the fans, and let's not forget, as I always say in Germany, apart from Red Bull Leipzig, who we have tomorrow, every club in Germany is fan-owned. They have a major say. So when Dortmund say they will not sell two major players in the same window, they mean it, because it's the fans speaking, not the board. It's the way it works in Germany. So, again, take the 10 million for Oxlade-Chamberlain, because at the end of the day, we've got lads like Tyler Morton, we've got lads like Curtis Jones. Obviously, Naby Keita can't stay fit. But I'm actually hoping, for a couple of reasons, the reason why I want us to take the 10 million. One, I want Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to play football. He seems to be such a great bloke, so down to earth. I actually think if you watch a lot of the things that he's done, like the interviews and them little things where Trent and Robbo have that little show they do where they're going around in the car. The ones I've seen with Oxlade-Chamberlain involved in them sort of videos, he seems to be such a great person, so down to earth that he comes across like anyway. So I want him to leave for his own career, to see him flourish and start getting a run of games at West Ham or wherever he goes. So that's one reason. 2, the 10 million either goes towards a signing this summer or it goes towards Jude Bellingham. So yeah, that's the second reason. 3, the third and final reason is I actually think that if Klopp's hand is strengthened to bring in a midfielder this summer, if Ox does go now, because he can say, look, I'm down to the bare bones here. I wouldn't, and I'm going to keep saying this, I wouldn't rule out Gini Wijnaldum as a last minute deal on the transfer deadline day. I really wouldn't. I actually think if we get down to the bare bones where we've lost Oxlade-Chamberlain and we've lost, say Naby Keita gets injured, because he normally seems to always do it in the next couple of matches before the window shuts, then I don't think there's a better no-brainer signing on loan than Gini Wijnaldum, because he knows the place, he never gets injured, and it'll be a loan. It'll be perfect. Get him in for one season, and then when we get Jude Bellingham, let him go back to Paris. I mean, it's just, to me, I don't understand why we're not pushing for that deal already, because Gini should never have left in the first place. But I wasn't happy at the time, because I know from people I know that he turned down 2 really good offers to stay at Liverpool, and he went thinking the grass was greener, just as Philippe Coutinho, just as Fernando Torres, and it turns out they've had a horrendous career since they've left Liverpool. So it just means to say, I mean, I'm just reading this here as I'm speaking to you now. Now he's only 28 years old, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's 28, so you've got a 4-year deal in him, and he's only going to be 32. So I actually think that he just needs a fresh bit of, like, sometimes you get injured. I mean, I've played football myself before. But I always remember, when you're playing every week, your body's like a machine. You're just so used to playing. You don't feel tweaks in your groins or your hamstring. You're just flying. When you're only playing 20 minutes every 5, 6, 7 weeks, your body's not getting the physical. It's not getting the demand that it takes for your body to get used to. So I think you get injured more when you're playing less. So I look at it like this: go to West Ham, give it a good shot, get loads of games under your belt, and try and resurrect your career. So that's what I'd advise. If I was going to advise Oxlade-Chamberlain now, which I'm sure Jurgen Klopp is doing, I would say the same thing. I think Klopp would say, look, if you want to go, this is the price we want for you, and then we'll let you go. So it says here, with the 28-year-old entering the final year of his Anfield contract, it looks like the decision has been made that we wouldn't be able to find an adequate replacement for any money we could recoup for him. As the midfielder also picked up an injury during the Palace match, it's unknown that he would pass a medical, but also how much football he would play on Merseyside in the upcoming campaign. Whether Jurgen Klopp wants to lose a midfield option and only have 10 million to spend in less than a month is another big question that may have been answered if the inquiries become a bit firmer. But this has just been tweeted on West Ham's website, saying been reliably informed that Moyes does want Oxlade-Chamberlain. So take out of it what you think of that. But I actually generally do believe now that Liverpool have got to make a move in the transfer market for a midfielder. And if it is short term, then Gini Wijnaldum for me is the best option available for somebody that knows the system, knows Klopp's routines, knows Klopp's training regimes, knows Klopp's formations, knows each player through and through. No brainer. Pick up the phone to PSG and bring back Gini Wijnaldum, because he's surplus to requirements there anyway, so he's available. And I actually think that one could be one we could see late in the window, depending on desperation clubs like West Ham, like Fulham, like Southampton, them type of clubs that are going to go, crap, we need a player, and they'll probably just say, give you 15 million for Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then if he goes, then it would rubber stamps bringing somebody in. So it is what it is. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts on this video, and like I say, I'll keep you informed if anything does happen. But it looks like if we get the right offer, that the Ox could be going. You'll never walk alone.